The conference chamber of the Galactic Council floated in the void between stars, a crystalline structure that had witnessed 10,000 years of diplomatic discourse. Today, it would witness something else entirely. Lisa Chen stood before the assembled delegates, her magnetic boots anchoring her to the polished floor. The Earth's ambassador was young by human standards, 32 standard years, but her eyes carried the weight of something far older. Behind her, projected in holographic clarity, were the images. 17,000 bodies. Men, women, children. The colony of New Tehran had been vaporized in systematic grid patterns, the Vraxian fleet ensuring nothing remained but ash and regret. Ambassador Chen, the conciliator's synthetic voice echoed through translation matrices, the Vraxian delegation has offered reparations. 12 systems of resource-rich asteroids. A formal apology. This is unprecedented generosity. Lisa's laugh was sharp enough to cut steel. Unprecedented generosity. She repeated the word slowly, tasting each syllable like poison. Tell me, conciliator, what's the going rate for a human child these days? How many tons of iridium equal one grandmother? I want to know the exchange rate. The Vraxian delegate, a crystalline being that communicated through light refraction, pulsed an irritated crimson. The incident was regrettable, but humans established a colony in contested space. By galactic maritime law, section. Don't. Lisa's voice dropped to absolute zero. Don't quote law at me while children's shadows are still burned into the walls of their classrooms. Alex Rodriguez, Earth's military liaison, stood silently at the chamber's edge. His neural interface connected him directly to the dreadnought Perseverance, holding position 3 light minutes away. The ship's fusion cores hummed with barely restrained power, their signatures undoubtedly registering on every sensor in the sector. The conciliator's avatar shifted, its mathematical perfection attempting something like concern. Ambassador, Earth has been a model member of the galactic community. 23 years of peaceful cooperation. You helped broker the Andromeda Accords. You shared your mathematics, your music, your medicine. Surely we can. 23 years, Lisa interrupted. She pulled up a data stream, flooding the chamber's displays with information. In that time, human colonies have been accidentally attacked 16 times. 16. Our merchant vessels mistakenly fired upon 43 times, and each time we accepted apologies, we accepted reparations. We turned the other cheek as you said our religious texts suggested we should. Her fingers danced across her haptic interface. We were cultured. We were diplomatic, we were civilized. She advanced toward the conciliator's projection. But here's something about human culture you never bothered to learn. We're not naturally peaceful. Peace is a choice we make. Civilization is a thin veneer we maintain through constant effort, and you've been mistaking our restraint for weakness. The Cathari delegate, a species resembling an octopus crossed with a philosopher, extended several tentacles in a gesture of confusion. Ambassador Chen, your emotional state is affecting your pheromone output. Perhaps a recess. No. Alex finally spoke, his voice carrying the flat affect of someone who had seen too much combat. No more recesses, no more committees, no more fact-finding missions. He gestured, and the chamber's displays shifted to show fleet movements. As of 600 hours Universal Coordinated Time, Earth's expeditionary forces have surrounded Vraxian Prime. 16 dreadnoughts, 42 destroyers, 300 fighter wings. We've also positioned kinetic bombardment platforms in orbit around every major Vraxian colony world. The chamber erupted, delegates scattered in panic, some fleeing, others activating defensive protocols. The conciliator's avatar flickered, overwhelmed by simultaneous translation demands. This is madness. The Vraxian delegate's colors flashed between ultraviolet panic and infrared rage. You would start a galactic war over a single colony. Lisa's smile was the most terrifying thing in the room, not because it was cruel, but because it was genuine. No, we're preventing future wars. You see, we did our homework. We studied every species in this council. The Vraxians respect only strength. The Cathari value philosophical consistency. The Andromedans worship mathematical precision. And all of you, every single one, assumed humanity would stay in its box, that we'd keep playing by your rules. She pulled up another display. This is the Einstein-Rosen bridge generator. We finished it 3 years ago but kept it classified. It allows instantaneous transportation across galactic distances, violating what you all thought were unbreakable physical laws. Our physics was just better than yours. We didn't share it because we were being cultured. The word dripped with contempt. This, she continued, highlighting another schematic, is our quantum entanglement communication grid. Real-time coordination across any distance. No light-speed delay. We've had it operational for 5 years. Again, we kept it quiet because we were trying to fit in, to be good galactic citizens. Alex stepped forward, his neural link pulsing with incoming tactical data. We've also cracked fusion catalysis. Our reactors are 16 times more efficient than the best galactic standard. Our antimatter containment doesn't require exotic matter. And our weapon systems. He paused for effect. Well, let's just say the Council's understanding of destructive capacity is about to be recalibrated. The conciliator tried to regain control. This is a fundamental violation of the Mutual Defense Pact. If you attack the Vraxians, 17 species have pledged to respond with force. Do it. Lisa's voice cut through the chaos like a blade. Please, give us a reason to demonstrate what happens when humans stop being polite. When we stop pretending that your laws matter more than our dead. When we remember that we evolved as persistence hunters who chased prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. That we're the species that looked at nuclear fire and decided to harness it for power. That we gazed at the stars and built ladders to reach them out of sheer spite against the universe that tried to keep us down. Accessed her personal files, projecting a single image, a little girl maybe 6 years old holding a handmade paper flower. This was Yuki Tanaka, New Terran Colony. She wanted to be a xenobotanist, loved studying how Earth plants adapted to alien soils. The Vraxian attack grid vaporized her while she was watering her garden. The heat was so intense that the silicon in the soil fused into glass. We found her shadow, perfectly preserved. She was facing her flowers when she died. The chamber fell silent. So here's what's going to happen, Lisa continued, her voice steady despite the tears on her cheeks. The Vraxians have 48 hours to surrender their military command structure for trial. Not reparations, not apologies, justice. Real, tangible consequences. They will stand before human courts and face human judgment for the murder of 17,000 people. And if we refuse, the Vraxian delegates' colors had settled into defiant orange. Alex's smile matched Lisa's for sheer intimidation. Then we demonstrate what happens when the most creative, stubborn, and vindictive species in the galaxy stops playing nice. We won't conquer you. We'll erase you. Your worlds will remain intact, but every Vraxian who had command authority in that attack will be hunted across the galaxy. We'll find them in whatever hole they hide in, and they'll face justice. And we have something your species lacks, patience measured in generations. We'll wait 100 years if we have to. 1,000. Time is something we have in abundance. The conciliator's processing cycles were overloading, trying to find diplomatic solutions to an inherently undiplomatic situation. The precedent this sets is catastrophic. The entire galactic order was built on the assumption that nobody would call your bluff, Lisa finished. That the smaller species would always bow to the established powers. That might be made right, as long as you dressed it up in legal language and diplomatic protocol. Well, congratulations. You pushed the one species that specializes in asymmetric warfare, the species that invented concepts like guerrilla tactics and total war and mutually assured destruction. She brought up a final display, a countdown timer. 48 hours, Vraxian delegate. After that, we're done being cultured. We're done being civilized. We're going back to being what we were before we reach for the stars, survivors who will do anything, endure anything to protect their own. As the delegates scrambled to their ships, as emergency sessions were called, as the galaxy held its breath, Alex leaned close to Lisa. "You think they'll comply?" She watched the Vraxian ship accelerate away, its drives burning hard for home. "Doesn't matter, we've already won." Before today, they saw humans as junior partners, clever pets with good technology. Now they know the truth. We're the apex predator that learned to smile, and the smile just came off. The Perseverance reported ready status. Across human space, every warship, every station, every colony prepared for what might come. Humanity had spent 23 years building, preparing, and hoping they'd never need to show their teeth. The time for hope was over. Now came the reckoning. And